Hello everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to manage your user password from the terminal in Linux. Now, the vast majority of desktop environments and distros have a way to do this through a graphical interface. And that might be more suitable for you if you're just learning how to use Linux. But if you're interested in doing more things in the terminal, there's an easy command to change your password right here. So that's what I'm going to show you. The command is really easy. It's just passwd. Now, if you're just changing your password, this can be done without root privileges. So that's what I'm going to do here. You just type in passwd, hit the enter key, type in your current password. Now, there's a trick to this. When you're typing in your current password, you have to make sure you type it right. Or you could do like I do and type it wrong. And that's what it's going to show you. So, you're going to have to try again. Turns out I don't know how to type. Probably something I should have learned before I started making videos on YouTube. So we'll try again. Current password. Okay, and then it will ask you for your new password. And then retyping it. And enter. And if you're successful, it'll say password updated successfully, and you're done. That's really all there is to it. Now, there are a few more things you can do with the password command. I'm not going to demonstrate them all here, mainly because most of them have to do with managing other users on the same computer. And I don't have any other users on this computer, but I will show you what they are. So if you say you have your computer is for your family or for your business and you have several other users, if you want to forcefully change someone else's password, either they forgot it or whatever, you can do so like this. Now, if you're changing passwords for someone else, you have to use sudo because you need root privileges, and then it's the password command, and then the username of the person you want to change the password. And then the steps are exactly the same as what we just did changing our password here. It'll ask you for your current password in order to gain root privileges, and then it'll ask you for a new password for the user you're changing for. Okay? And then you just hit enter and it would tell you whether or not you've been successful or not. Okay? Now, if you wanted to lock a password, you can do so with the L modifier. Now this would be so that somebody can't change their password at all. Why you'd want to do that, I'm not necessarily sure, but it's there and it is an option if you want to. You do the L and then the username. Now, if you want to, you can do the same thing for root, but you'd just use root, like that. Okay, now, obviously, if you lock a password for root or otherwise, you'll need a method of unlocking it, and that is just changing the L modifier to U, and then the username of the person you want to unlock. Now, another thing you could do is, say when you set up Linux, you set it up with a password, but you've decided that you just don't want to care about security anymore. You just want to be flippant about it. You can actually remove your password from your account completely. And that's just sudo password -d, and then the username of the person you want to remove the password for. In this case, mine would be Dr. MW, or whatever your username is. And if you don't know, remember what your username is, and you're using either bash or ZSH, which I'm using ZSH here for the prompt, it's usually right there at the beginning, as you can see right there. Okay. Now the last thing I'm going to show you real quickly is setting a expiration date on a password. So say you set up a temporary account for someone, but you want them to be able to eventually change their own password, but you want to kind of force them to do so. You can do so really easily. You just use sudo password and then the X modifier, the username. Excuse me, I'm sorry, not the username yet. The number of days you want the password to be in effect for, so 30 or whatever, any amount of days will work, and then the username. So in this case, the person whose username is username would have to change their password within 30 days. Otherwise, their account would be locked out. So at the point of 30 days, they'd be prompted to enter their new password. Otherwise, they won't be able to get in. So that is pretty much it, which you can do. That is pretty much it in terms of the password command. Again, if you're not comfortable using the terminal, there are several ways of doing this with a GUI. But they differ between distros and desktop environments. So that is it for today. Just a simple tutorial. If you enjoyed this travesty of a video at all, hit the subscribe button. If not, don't hit the subscribe button. And that's okay. And we'll see you next time.